Have you ever looked up at the moon and dreamed of going there? Well, for 4 astronauts, that dream is about to get one giant leap closer to reality. Today, we're talking about Artemis II, a mission that's not just a sequel to the Apollo era but the dawn of a new age in space exploration. So buckle up because we're about to launch into the incredible story of humanity's return to the moon. First, let's set the stage. The Artemis program, named after Apollo's twin sister in Greek mythology, is NASA's ambitious plan to establish a sustainable human presence on and around the moon. The ultimate goal: to use what we learn on the lunar surface as a stepping stone for the next giant leap, sending humans to Mars. The program kicked off with Artemis I, an uncrewed test flight that sent the Orion spacecraft on a journey around the moon and back, stress testing its systems to the max. It was a flawless mission, a picture-perfect dress rehearsal that paved the way for what comes next, putting people back in the picture. And that brings us to the stars of the show, the Artemis II crew. This isn't just any crew, it's a historic one. For the first time in over 50 years, humans will venture beyond low Earth orbit. And these are the 4 individuals chosen for the honor. Leading the mission as commander is Reed Wiseman, a seasoned U.S. Navy pilot and NASA astronaut with experience on the International Space Station. His cool-headed leadership will be crucial. Piloting the Orion spacecraft is Victor Glover, another U.S. Navy aviator and the first African-American astronaut to live on the ISS for a long-duration mission. His piloting skills are second to none. Rounding out the crew are 2 mission specialists. And this is where history is really made. Christina Koch holds the world record for the longest single spaceflight by a woman. Her expertise in science and engineering will be invaluable. And joining them is Jeremy Hansen from the Canadian Space Agency. A former fighter pilot, Hansen's inclusion marks the first time a non-American will travel to deep space, a testament to the international collaboration at the heart of the Artemis program. This diverse, highly skilled team represents a new generation of explorers, standing on the shoulders of giants while blazing their own trail. So, what exactly will they be doing? The Artemis II mission plan is a carefully choreographed 10-day voyage. It all begins with a thunderous launch atop the most powerful rocket ever built, the Space Launch System, or SLS, from Kennedy Space Center in Florida. Once in Earth orbit, the crew will perform a series of checks on the Orion spacecraft's life support, communication, and navigation systems. This is a critical phase to ensure everything is perfect before they commit to the lunar journey. Then comes the main event. The Orion spacecraft will perform a maneuver called a translunar injection, a powerful engine burn that flings it out of Earth's orbit and onto a path toward the moon. For the next 4 days, the crew will travel 250,000 miles through the vacuum of space. Imagine looking out your window and seeing the Earth shrink into a beautiful blue marble. They will test Orion's handling with manual piloting, flying it like a fighter jet in the vastness of space. Unlike the Apollo missions, Artemis II will not land on the moon. Instead, it's a lunar flyby mission. Orion will use the moon's gravity to swing around its far side, a part of the moon we can never see from Earth. At their farthest point, the crew will be more than 230,000 miles from home, farther than any human has ever traveled. They will see the Earth rise over the lunar horizon, a sight only the 24 Apollo astronauts have witnessed before them. It's a moment that's bound to be both breathtaking and deeply profound. After looping around the moon, Orion will fire its engines once more to begin the 4-day journey back to Earth. The final, and perhaps most dangerous part of the mission, is re-entry. The spacecraft will hit Earth's atmosphere, traveling at nearly 25,000 miles per hour, generating temperatures on its heat shield of up to 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit. This is the ultimate test of the heat shield's design, and it has to work perfectly. The mission will conclude with a splashdown in the Pacific Ocean, where a U.S. Navy recovery team will be waiting to bring the crew and the capsule safely home. The significance of this mission cannot be overstated. Artemis II is the bridge between our past and our future in space. It validates the technology, the SLS rocket, and the Orion spacecraft needed to carry humans back to deep space safely. It demonstrates that we can once again send people beyond the protective bubble of Earth's magnetic field and bring them home. For the crew, it will be a chance to conduct unique scientific experiments and be the first humans to physically see the lunar South Pole, the target for future landings. For the rest of us, it's a powerful symbol of what humanity can achieve when we work together towards a common, audacious goal. It's about inspiration, pushing boundaries, and reminding ourselves that we are a species of explorers. Of course, a mission this complex is not without its challenges. Space is an unforgiving environment. The heat shield, which showed some unexpected charring during the uncrewed Artemis I mission, has been under intense scrutiny. NASA engineers have been working tirelessly to understand the issue and ensure it poses no risk to the crew. Life support systems must function flawlessly for 10 days, far from any help, And then there's the ever-present danger of space radiation. Outside of Earth's protective magnetosphere, astronauts are exposed to higher levels of radiation, a major long-term health concern that NASA is actively studying and mitigating. Every component, every line of code, every procedure must be perfect. The stakes are incredibly high, and there is absolutely no room for error. Looking beyond Artemis II, the future is even more exciting. A successful mission will give NASA the green light for Artemis III, the mission that will finally land humans back on the lunar surface, including the first woman and the first person of color. The landing site will be near the moon's south pole, a region believed to be rich in water ice. This ice is the key to a sustainable future on the moon. It can be harvested and converted into breathable air, drinkable water, and even rocket fuel. This leads to the grand vision, the Lunar Gateway. This will be a small space station in orbit around the moon, acting as a staging point for missions to the surface and, eventually, to Mars. It will be a science lab, a mission control center, and a home for astronauts. Built and maintained by a coalition of international partners, Artemis isn't just about planting flags and taking footprints. It's about building a permanent infrastructure that will allow us to live and work in space. It's about creating an economic sphere around the moon, unlocking new scientific discoveries, and preparing humanity for its next great adventure across the solar system. Artemis II is more than just a test flight. It's a bold declaration of intent. It's the critical next step in our journey back to the moon and onward to Mars. The 4 astronauts of Artemis II are carrying the hopes and dreams of millions of people with them. They are our emissaries to deep space, reminding us that with courage, ingenuity, and collaboration, there are no limits to what we can achieve. The journey won't be easy, but it will be worth it. The age of Artemis has begun. Thank you so much for watching. If you're as excited about the future of space exploration as I am, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the final frontier. Let me know in the comments what part of the Artemis mission excites you the most. Until next time, keep looking up.